All right, folks, we're going to smoke some bologna today. We are NC State's barbecue camp. All right, we've got bright leaf bologna, we've got Curtis bologna, we even got some Curtis hot bologna. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some smoking sticks of bologna for bologna sandwiches, and we're also going to do some bologna burn-ins. All right, now, bologna that we make is already seasoned. We'll say seasoned to perfection. You don't need to do a whole lot. So what you don't want to do is add something with a bunch of salt to it, because you're going to have something that's too salty. All you need is some sauce. We've got some mustard, we got some barbecue, we got bone sucking sauce, we got Cackalacky Gold, we got Howling hog barbecue sauce for NC State fans. We might even throw a little bit of Tarheel barbecue sauce on some. We'll see which one's better, all right? But brown sugar, baby, that's all we're doing. We're just gonna sauce it up. We're gonna get some brown sugar in it after we make some creases, and we're gonna cut into it. We'll get it all worked in. We'll put it on the smoker. We'll see you when we get there. All right, the Curtis stick bologna right here, you can find in a lot of your neighborhood food lines. You can walk right in there, just about anywhere in North Carolina and some places in South Carolina, and you'll find this in a smoker set bunker. We're gonna show you a picture of that right there. All right, you get this stick, you get it home, all you gotta do is cut the package open. All right, and you're gonna peel this casing off. All right, this is the rind, that red casing. You're just gonna peel right off, real easy. You don't wanna eat that, you'll chew yourself to death, all right? This is just the casing that comes to make the bologna. So we're gonna peel it off. Now you got you a good stick of bologna right there. All right, now if you're gonna do sandwiches, right? You're gonna do sandwiches. When you score this, you wanna think about how thick do I want my sandwiches? All right, so you don't want to be doing some crazy big scoring. You're going to have like a sandwich that's almost way too big to eat. We love some thick grilling bologna down where we're from, but there is a limit to the thickness, right? So in these, I'm going to look to get maybe about 18 slices out of this stick. So I'm not going quite a 1/4 inch to get like a 1/4 pound. I'm not looking a full 1/4 pound. I'm looking a little less. So this is just an eyeball thing, right? So I'm going to start my score. And I'm gonna roll it and try to stay straight on the edge. That edge piece is gonna be great. So looking here, I'm looking, all right, that looks like a pretty good thick sandwich right there, right? I'm gonna roll it around. If I can get too deep, meet my other mark, okay? It don't have to be perfect. You wanna try to keep it straight. Just remember, you don't wanna get too deep. The bologna may start to fall apart more, but you want it deep enough that it's going to take the sauce and the sugar you're going to put on there, okay? If you do it too shallow, you're not going to get as much of that extra crusted flavor that you're looking for when you take the time to smoke the bologna. And see, when we do it this way, you'll see after it's done smoking, where we made those score marks, you can slice right down and get you a nice, perfect slice ready to go on a sandwich. All right, when you got your slices done this way, now you're gonna score this way, a little bit. Don't do a lot, okay? I'm gonna go straight like this. But you can go sideways on one if you want, kind of get artistic about it. But as this smokes, it's gonna open up a little bit, and we're gonna have another opportunity to put some more sauce and sugar on it towards the end of the smoking. But right now, we're just trying to get some in there. We don't want to tear up the bologna. That's another thing. It's important to get the right bologna. See, if you go out and just get any old stick of bologna, if you can find one, and it don't have the right meat in it, the bologna's gonna fall to pieces. You're gonna waste your time. Get you some good quality bologna. You go with bright leaf. You go with Curtis. Those are good, solid beef and pork bolognas. Okay, they're gonna hold together and give you what you need to get this job done. All right. Now all you want to do is you want to get some good mustard on this, something that's going to help this sugar stick to it. And you can kind of open up your creases a little bit. So I'm going to pour some on there. I'm going to open it up, not going to be too rough with it, but I am going to try to make sure I get it down all those creases. See, if you're too rough, a piece will fall off, but that's all right. Still put it on there, that's going to be good eating anyway. And as it smokes on the grill, it's going to open up even more, and we're going to have another opportunity to get some more sauce and sugar down in there. Throw this on there and pack it on there pretty good. All right. All right, it's pretty much that simple. That's all you got to do. You get some sauce, some sugar on there, it's going to do the trick. Look, you can even do this without anything, but it's nice to have a little bit of crust on it, and that sweetness really helps bring out that bologna in the end because you get to caramelize those sugars. Yeah. All right, we got some bright leaf bologna here. You can't hardly get no better. Carolina Packers knows how to make great hot dogs. They know how to make great bologna. They make great smoked sausage, red hots, and fresh sausage, and chili, and barbecue, and bacon, but today we're talking about bologna. All right. Sometimes you might not want to have a bunch of bologna sandwiches for folks, right? So you're going to smoke some bologna, but maybe you're doing some hot dogs too, or maybe you're cooking some chicken, but you want to have a good appetizer. Perhaps you went to the local store and they're out of bright leaf hot dogs, right? You couldn't find them, they were out, they're sold out, but you're able to get your hands on a bright leaf stick of bologna. Well, we're going to do bologna burnt ends. It'll be a great appetizer. All you got to do, peel this casing off. All right, make sure you got it all. It should come off nice and easy. And you got your brown, man, that smells good. Woo! I mean, you don't even have to cook it. You can slice and eat it right now, but we're gonna do some burnt ends. So, to get all the flavor that you want from the burnt ends, if you try to do the entire stick, right, the inside of that bologna, you're not gonna get everything that you want on it. So what I suggest doing is we're gonna cut this baby in half, all right? So I'm gonna try to do a good job and get a pretty even cut. It ain't got to be perfect, but we're gonna get close, okay? And I'm gonna get some score marks on each side of it that's gonna really let the sauce and sugar penetrate each piece so that when it cooks and smokes and it separates where we got those scores, each piece will be like a nice burnt end and you'll get some crust on each one. That's the goal. All right, so all we're gonna do, same deal, we're gonna make some score marks. Don't cut all the way deep into it, right? You want it to stay together, so you don't want to get too terribly deep on the other side. And I'm making cuts this way, and then I'm thinking about how big a burnt end piece do I want? And so I'm looking at, like, you know, bite-sized appetizer pieces, right? That's what we're looking for. But if you're not careful, you can cut too deep. And in this case, I'm not going to score the bottom half that's flat. I'm only going to do the top because my goal is I want this to sit on the smoker like this and stay together. All right, we'll get our other half. So let's think about how deep I'm taking the knife. I just want to show, you know, I'm not going to go much deeper than that, right? I want to leave some meat down here so it stays together. Now, if it does fall apart on the grill, you can still get it off, you know, get on some tip. It's still gonna be good eating either way. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible when it's time to get it off, because y'all are gonna be hungry and everybody's gonna be wanting to eat it. It's gonna smell so good. Again, don't want to get too deep on this end. We don't want it to fall apart when we're trying to season it or while it's cooking. The great thing about this broadleaf bologna though, that's a great beef and pork bologna that's going to stay together, right? If anything's not going to fall apart, it's going to be this one right here. All right, this one, we're going to use some mustard. Bone Suckin sauce is outstanding. There's a few other good ones out there. All right, same deal. Just gonna coat it. You can definitely do barbecue sauce too, and we're gonna do some of that, but for these, I'm gonna go with some mustard right now. All right, just get it on there. Need some for that sugar to bind too. And these, again, you can pull it apart a little bit. And as this one goes later, I'm probably going to use some hot honey and pour in there too. That is smoked. Right now we're just carefully trying to work it in. Brown sugar, baby, brown sugar. I want some more brown sugar. All right, there you have it. Put those on a little bit later. Okay. All right, for this one, we're gonna do some barbecue sauce instead of mustard. And since we're at the NC State barbecue camp, I thought it just wouldn't be right if we didn't do something like this. So we're gonna use some Howling hog sauce. Or we might use a little Tarheel sauce. We're gonna see which one tastes better. Who's gonna win? Look at him flashing. Oh!
We're in the same pan together.
gonna do some bologna burnt ends, but we've got a special stick of bologna here. This is the Curtis bologna, but it's hot. Not too hot. How hot is it? What? How hot is it? Just hot enough to be fun, baby. Shout out to Andy Curtis. He's been saying that for years. We had to put it on the pack. Right now, you won't find this hot stick in the store. Might be coming one day. But what you might find is this right here. All right, so we've got your 12-ounce slice pack. You got the hot bologna, and it's just hot enough to be fun, baby. So, we're gonna do some bologna burnt ends with this. And I tell you what, if you really want to do this at home and you can't find this stick, you can order it direct from us online. But if you can't find it, but you get in the store and you find some of this hot bologna, you can take the casing off of this, leave it whole, and leave this chunk on your grill. You get a few packs and you can do it, you just don't smoke it as long. I'll show you guys how to do that. Kind of the same principle. You can do bologna burnt ends like this, smoked bologna, the same way. Just kind of keep it all together, do some scores, seasoning, all that. All right, so bologna burnt ends, we're gonna cut it in half. And the reason I do this is because I want it to get all tasty and crispy and crusty. Man, look at that red pepper. It looks like it's gonna be too hot, but I promise it ain't. You're gonna bite into it, the heat's gonna come on, you're gonna feel it, it's gonna get warm, and it's gonna go away. All right. Same deal. So, how deep am I cutting? I want you to look right here. I want to leave some meat down here because I want this thing to stay together when it comes off the grill, okay? So I'm not going to cut too deep. All right, this Curtis hot bologna, we're gonna use some Cackalacky Bold Gold. Funny name, serious sauce. Seriously on here, oh my goodness. Cackalacky Bold Gold. Oh yeah. That's gonna be good.
What you putting on there?
We're just throwing a little brown sugar, baby. Remember, that's all you need. You don't need to get into a bunch of other spices because we've already perfected the spice block. The seasoning is right on, right? You don't need it. Don't add no salt. It's going to be way too salty, right? We already got the perfect amount of salt in the bologna. The only thing we're trying to do is get some nice, tasty, sweet, crusty burnt ends. That's going to blend really nice with the heat. So you're going to have the heat from the spices we already got in the bologna, but then it's going to kind of ease off with this sweet brown sugar that just caramelizes and crushed around the edges. Good shot, this guy. There you go. Look for multi-bag. Man, he's making it happen. Making it happen. We need him for packaging.
Cool. It's like got a blank stone that'll be perfect. Work that up.
The hot one belongs to